Welcome, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for Case 4 with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Continue. Turnabout Beginnings, Part 1 of Trial. What? Oh, wait, did I hit the right button? Alright, let's go. Oh, it's called, okay. The girl. Let her go. Uh-oh. Shut up! Come closer and I'll kill her! Oh, it's a trick! Sorry. But you're not going to get the chance. Shoot him. Bang! Alright. Someone's dead. Phoenix just watching death porn? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Fugitive data. Oh my god! Terry Fowles. Kidnapping, murder. Death penalty. Fugitive movements. After escaping, Fowles met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Not the first case she did, she got humiliated, wasn't it? 6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. For Mia again? Is this where her man got murdered? February 16th, 9:24 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Ugh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Yeek! 073D, that's gotta be a reference. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Terry Fowles, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. Why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lied. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Fowles, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. Hey, what did you do? I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Eek! I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death row penalty. I don't deserve no penalty. I swear I didn't kill her. I could never do that. That's the voice we're going with. 2 days ago, he escaped from the... he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Fowles did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. He's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Huh. What? Alright. I am making an assumption that this is Godot. It's a good assumption. Alright. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? Belongs in a museum. I came to see how a little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. Ah, he's got the same mannerisms as him. Okay. Museum. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grasberg? Huh. That old man is probably still in bed. But he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. Wait, he got poisoned! He got poisoned! Didn't he get poisoned? He's the one who got poisoned, right? Wasn't he the one that got poisoned? I didn't say. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grasberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You've got it all wrong. Today you're the finest. Museum. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, but thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. But really? Are we taking on Edgeworth? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him. But not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Alright, here we go. February 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. There he is! Oh shit! Oh my god! Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Fowles, you hosers. That's all I got! Oh my god, oh my god, okay. If I could do Rick Moranis right now, I would. I'll tell you that right now. Or the other guy. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. He's younger. I understand the lawyers for both sides are welcome. Are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age, eh? Yeah, that sounds good. At 20, Your Honor. I'm gonna get mixed up. Museum. I guess a little kitten hasn't earned herself such a reputation yet, huh? There's the coffee. Come on, Mia. Can't lose, not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, and is that correct? Precisely. Museum. I gotta keep using museum to get this voice back. Museum. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Fowles is responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. It's a little Ron, but different. I'm going for Canadian Ron. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Fowles, was sentenced to death in this very court. That's wrong. That's wrong. Did it wrong. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. Okay, that's very Von Karma right there. A witness's testimony? Testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. He arrested Mr. Fowles at the scene and later testified against him. Did she accidentally shoot the 14-year-old girl? She said she witnessed Mr. Fowles throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful currents. Most bodies that fall in there are never recovered. His voice is different now. The Miss Hawthorne testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, what happened? What, that wouldn't be, I'm making Porky Pig all of a sudden? Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, yes. It's quite obvious the defendant is guilty. What the balls, sir? Wait a minute, no, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Fay. I'm not sure I care for your word of choice. For your word choice, or your tone of voice. He's Von Karming it up, holy balls! Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Oh, she's like, bitch, please. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Is it Gumshoe? It's Gumshoe. It's Gumshoe! Holy balls! Nothing's changed! Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe! Dick Gumshoe! I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am! You got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Hey, hoser. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. I lost my cool bar a little bit. This is Sketchy Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. Someone else stabbed her, huh? I see. Wrong guy. Hey, I see. Ski bridge map added to the court record. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. Oh, he's got that move. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Him being very Von Carme is weird. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Maya. Hang on. Okay, now. Listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Summary of the incident. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Fowles. Listen to the voice, listen to the voice. Toolbar. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Fowles was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling, it's just cold in here. Mia being really Mia being not calm under pressure is so weird, right? Museum. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right, especially for a beginner. I don't need to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. Well, we know she loses this and comes back a year later. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. Uh-oh. Summary of the incident. Press. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who caught Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Miss Terry Fowles. What? The defendant killed her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Fowles. A note? Yeah, a top-secret memo that she left on her desk. According to this note, it seems the one who called her on the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Fowles. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. It is Edgeworth. He is a son of a bitch. We've never met his mother. A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant. That's why. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Fowles. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. There's so many voices going on in here right now. Was the body the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move. We've got you surrounded." Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Huh. If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Fowles, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Fowles had a car then. Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, man. The defendant and the victim both went up there by a car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. The car thieves? I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Okay, I think that's more of the voice I want. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? Here's a photo of the stolen car's trunk. She's straight up in there. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. That does sound familiar. That name does sound familiar. Why? Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Crime photo. The victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife is stuck in her back, nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Question! How did he get a backstab on her? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway, press. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, man. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing at the very least. We know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor, and then he always says... sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. I'm losing that voice. Precisely. Edgeworth is far enough away to not get effed. Maybe. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Fowles might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged the meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kinda close. Any later and Mr. Fowles could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? We already hit the trap. No, it's not. Museum. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in the trap, it's best to get caught early. It was the first thing. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Fowles, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia! 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 Dahlia. There it is, Dahlia. Witness! Okay. Hoser. Hoser. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Don't be a hoser about that, eh? Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? That's a euphemism, isn't it? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Grr. Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am. This photo? You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where's the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? Should have looked for it. The colleague told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have to say, what do you have to say about this? Eh? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you're searching for so desperately for? Is it this one, perchance? Ah! Why would you hide evidence? Where'd you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me, sir? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Now I'm glad Phoenix keeps whipping his ass. Boy, would I like to wrap the scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Fowles did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about that. Everything's moving at his whim. Museum. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? He's withholding evidence like a D-bag. But he's got all the cards. Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows her wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Look at this. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about 40 feet drop. It is about a 40 feet drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, you took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. A potential witness. But why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is a very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel her to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Is Japan trying to say something about how wishy-washy Canadians are to them or something? Like, what the hell? As you can see, Terry Fowles had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Ah, here we go. Actually, there's an eyewitness. Oh, I read that. Come on. Who is this eyewitness? He's a college student. A female college student? That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, man. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I can't testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's testimony. Statements, that is all. But what is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. Female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us more about the more decisive evidence in question. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright? So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? He was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on the mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. This is spirits? Now that you mentioned it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no, I don't think it's a ghost. Doesn't that take? Okay. Drizzling, huh? That's right, there was a little rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. It looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. Maybe slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. How'd he get behind her? Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal. I wonder if he's Canadian. Oh my god, they're making it that obvious! Huh. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby, the court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. The court record, huh? Former victim at the time of the incident, found on the Dasky Bridge. Press. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But for what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, man. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Why didn't she bring a gun is a good question. Huh. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? Museum. You really still believe him, Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, and that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. I'm losing the voice. Can we draw attention to this? How did he get behind her? Nope. Scarf itself? Yep. Yeah. Wait, what? Proving my profession. A brand new one sparkles in the light. It's brand new sparkles in the light. Yeah, question. Where the hell was she for that picture? No? What? The photo itself? What are we gonna use with it? Oh, the car photo? At the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Oh. Well, I have some evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere. But these photos of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the condition at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please tell us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo that in the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions of that day? The fact she's not damp at all? Naturally, the answer is right around her. Here, I think. Ah, balls! Wait, Miss Edgeworth. It seems to me that Miss Fay could use a trunk herself. What? One that she could hide all her bitter memories from this trial in, that is. You truly are a genius. A genius of sarcasm and wordplay. Oops. It looks like I really put my foot in my mouth that time. Just relax, lick your wounds and clean. Clean and then go after him again, kitten. No matter how bitter the memory, it can never be as bitter as dark black coffee. Alright, Mia, you've got to think harder this time. Alright, okay, just not lose any of that. Okay, let's see here. That the trunk isn't wet? What? Here? Okay, we're gonna point at her crotch. Let's go for her crotch. I swear that was correct. Okay, here? Well, we're doing the scarf again? We already asked where's your scarf. Oh, it's the code itself, balls. The answer is naturally right here. The victim's code? As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Remember the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. But the victims really had fallen down on her stomach. On top of the bridge. Oh, there it is! And the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. Yana had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street. His glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Huh. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Bitch. Of course I can. Here's evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf. The evidence is the scarf. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell into the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. Oh! No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Oh, you did not! You did not call her that! Hey, same to you, buddy. This face assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Yeah, Phoenix usually presents what his thoughts on the contradiction is. Huh. You're doing pretty good for a little kitten. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she was the museum, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence? It's one of those three. What you just said now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the court. Is this where the rumor that he was doing false stuff? Oh, no, wasn't that in one they established who came up with the rumors? I can't remember anymore. It's been too long. Museum. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. The false evidence in this case is the... It is a no-brainer, obviously. It's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. It's true. Huh. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. So, Diego Armando is an amazing defense attorney, and that's why it was his first case as prosecutor versus Phoenix. And we know Edgeworth says he's better than him, so woo. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We're prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. It's Dahlia. Okay, we're gonna cut off here. This feels like a good stop point. I feel like this is gonna go on for a little bit longer, because we still gotta get this testimony, probably one or two more, and then it's the coffee poison. So there's a bit more to go, and this is a good stopping point between witnesses. So that right there is the game for now. Easy guess, it's Dahlia. Easy guess, because we know that Diego gets poisoned. We know that Godot gets poisoned. Where does Godot come from, right? We know that part. But, yeah, the rumor of Edgeworth doing false evidence might be from here, but I could have sworn the false evidence rumors came from somewhere else in the first game. But I can't remember, that's the problem. I just can't. But for now, that right there is the game for now. I had fun watching. That's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun, thanks for coming by, and see you next time.